You don't have to dig for gold. Just don't sign the divorce papers. Everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Raphael and I'm here to review Season 8, Episode 15 of The Real Housewives Who Are Possibly Gold Diggers with No Gold of Potomac. So we start the episode off right where we left off with Robin's BS. She's telling Giselle that she saw Wendy and Candace making faces at her while she was talking about her daughter Grace. So now Giselle is upset. She's like, wow, that's so disrespectful. F Wendy, F Candace. Wendy, she overhears this, so she comes over and she's like, what happened? What was the conversation about? I heard my name. Giselle, she tells her, oh no, I don't want to talk about it now. Let's talk about it later. For what? So you could drag this issue out for 5, 6 more episodes? You have her face to face and Candace, because Candace and Karen, they come on over. So you have both of them face to face. Why not confront them there? You know, just a second ago, you were telling Robin, F Wendy, F Candace. Now it's, oh no, I don't want to talk about it now. Let's talk about it later. Please, I'm scared. Like, this is exactly why, Giselle, you didn't get the first chair at this upcoming reunion. And if any of you haven't seen the seating chart, Giselle has been consistent with getting the first chair for 7 seasons. For some reason, that's no longer a thing. Now it belongs to Karen and Mia. You know, Giselle, now she's sitting next to Karen in the second chair. Ew! In the second chair. Ew, yucky. Who sits there? You know, she's basically sitting in the clearance section. But wow, Giselle, how the mighty have fallen. You know, I can only picture her getting on the stage with her tacky dress, because you know it's tacky. You know it's coming. She's getting on stage like, hey, Andy, nice to see you. I'm just going to take my seat right here. He probably told her, no, you gotta scoot over. The grand dame is sitting right there next to you. But I'm your favorite. I said scoot. Like, that is crazy. She's the second chair, but we'll see how that plays out. But Wendy, she's telling Giselle, I would never do that to your daughter, especially after you accused me of doing it the first time. Candace says that she simply just does not like Giselle, surprise, surprise, and that anything that comes out of her mouth is just gonna make her uncomfortable. But if she was making some type of expression, it wasn't towards her daughter specifically. But like I said last week, it's just so funny that everybody all of a sudden has a moral compass when it comes to Wendy or Candace. Yet a couple of episodes ago at Eddie's event, like I said, Giselle was being disrespectful and she was like, who's laughing? Who's having fun? I'm not having fun. Who's laughing? Yet nobody said anything. Nobody called her out and said, hey, you're being disrespectful to Wendy's husband. Yet now all of a sudden we have an issue with Wendy and Candace's expressions. You know, Robin, if anything, you should be worried about the expressions that Juan is making with those girls that he's getting hotels for. You know, he's making all types of face expressions with them, like, wait, right there, baby. I'm about to come right there. That's the type of face expression that you should be worried about. Yet you're worried about this. So everyone starts getting ready for Ashley's birthday dinner, and Wendy, Robin, and ironically, Giselle were the best dressed. Mia, she's on the phone with Gordon, and she's like, hi, Gordon. So, I have your second wife here, Aneka. Aneka, come in here and say hi. Aneka comes in, and she starts dancing for him, and I'm like, Aneka, you do know that he doesn't have any money, right? Like, you're wasting your effort. You could keep it. But, you know, everyone starts getting ready to come outside to the dinner table. They're waiting on Ashley. Ashley finally comes out with a very questionable outfit. Okay, so she sits down and they give her a cake, and then all of a sudden we see a flashback of her celebrating her birthday on the show for the past 7, 8 years. And was it just me, or I felt the vibe of, yeah, Ashley, this is your 2 weeks notice right here. Like, I felt like this was Bravo's way of saying, Ashley, this is your little goodbye present. Now get off the show for next season. Or at least that's the vibe that I got, especially in the confessional when she was like, you know, I've celebrated my birthday on the show consistently for so many years. And, you know, I'm 35 now. She's 35. So she's 5 years older than me. Give me 1 second. Please let me get to being 34 or 35 with wisdom and, you know, with a good brain attached to my head. And if I do find a sugar daddy, let me not be dumb like Ashley Darby and end up like her when she's 35. Thank you. Amen. But, you know, she's 35 now. She's like, you know, I'm really looking forward to this new chapter in my life. And I don't know, Ashley, with the way the divorce is going now and you and Michael and how you got no money out of that whole divorce, I'm not sure if you're looking forward to that new chapter. If I was her, I'll be looking at the table of contents. Like, let me read the good chapters when things were good before. Karen brings up the issues between Candace and Robin, and she's like, so Robin and Candace, I was wondering if both of you could talk out your issues right now, so that way you can move forward as friends. Robin, she's like, I'm not really sure because Candace has said many slanderous things about me on Twitter that are not true. And Candace is accusing her of basically concocting this whole idea with Giselle of basically throwing Chris underneath the bus last year in order to get the spotlight and the fire away from Juan and Robin and everything that was going on with them. Now, do I believe that that's a possibility? I mean, Robin, you have to see how it could look questionable. I'm not saying that it's 100% true, but you're always up Giselle's ass. And I wouldn't put it past you if you agreed with Giselle telling you, let's throw somebody's husband underneath the bus so we could avoid the spotlight on you and Juan. We already did Ray. We already did Eddie. Ashley doesn't have a husband. Gordon, he's going to be the topic for season 9. And Aneka, if she comes back, will make her husband season 10. Let's go after Chris. So you can see how that could look questionable, right? On top of that, I'm not upset with Candace or anybody else on the show for being upset with you for not sharing your personal life and what was going on with you and Juan. Because again, if it was the other way around and Chris had an affair on Candace and she never said anything about it on the show, we would never hear the end of Giselle's mouth. Why you're not being honest? Why are you not bringing this to the show? This is a reality TV show, and you'll be right there up her ass like, yeah, I agree. Speaking of Juan, let me get my damn chart. At this point, it's just pointless doing this because I'm about to throw it in the garbage. Here's my pen. My marker. He has me so upset. I'm over here confusing my utensils. Let's see. Just so damn annoying. Like, just disappointing me. Anyway, so here are the Juan episodes for this season. Take a look. I'm tired of explaining every other week. Like, just to open up the same wound, Flav, the same wound. But, Juan Dixon, he was on episode 1, 2, 3, 4. He wasn't there episode 5 or 6. He was there episode 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, no. 11, that's when everything went downhill. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 so far. He hasn't been present. Like, just, so this... Damn, so loud. Giselle really caught me off guard when she went to talk to Karen by the pool and she was accusing her of being a bad friend, constantly talking about her behind her back, and she feels that Karen should have said something in defense of her daughter when it came to Candace and Wendy making face expressions at her. What is with Robin and Giselle constantly thinking that Karen has to be the first one to make a first move in their situations? First, it was Robin last season when she said, oh, I was waiting for Karen to bring up the cheating rumors with Juan so I could talk about it. And now, Giselle, you want Karen to defend your daughter in a situation that you should be defending, yet you just told Wendy earlier, oh, I don't want to talk about it now. I want to talk about it later. So you want Karen to defend a situation that you're not even defending yourself. And yeah, Karen does talk about you behind your back, but she does do it in the confessionals. She does it in person. She does it at dinners. She does it at reunions. So that's not really valid. And for you to want her to be a better friend to you, yet look what you were doing to her last episode. You were trying to get underneath her skin by crowning Aneka as the new Grand Dame. Is that being a good friend, Giselle? No, yet Karen is not complaining. Karen, she tells her, first of all, Giselle, I don't need to defend anybody. You are a mother. That is your daughter. If you want any defending, you should have said something to Candace and Wendy to begin with. So that's that. Giselle and Karen, they both agreed to be somewhat better friends to each other moving forward. And then Giselle had the audacity and the nerve to say, me and Karen, we love each other, but we hate each other like Monica and Brandy. First of all, Giselle, you're more like Carly Red. Louis Prada Gucci, pop those tags. Brandy and Monica, the nerve of you to even compare yourself to either one of them. And then she continues to have the audacity by being disrespectful to Monica. And she's like, well, I could be Brandy, the one that had the better career. Giselle, I know you did not get on television and say that about Monica. Monica literally said in a song, kick down your door and smack your chick. Like, she would literally go to Potomac and slap you. Don't try Monica. Don't disrespect her like that. She did it to Brandy at that one award show, allegedly. So I'm pretty sure she'll do it to you. But so everyone heads over to this new location. It's really, really pretty. They're taking pictures. Candace and Wendy, you're much better than me because I am not taking any type of group photo with Robin or Giselle. I'll take my own little single picture or with my selfie stick. So they sit down for the 100th dinner this episode. They sit down. Karen, she wants to talk about the issues that Giselle just brought to her. And she's like, So, I just want to say, do I become a whole different person when I'm around the group? Because Giselle says I become a meaner person. What does everybody else think? Some say she was meaner or funner. I feel like she gets extra defensive because she knows that Robin and Giselle are about to bring some BS to the group, and she has to be prepared for it. So then Robin, she tells her, Karen, I really don't expect too much of you. Well, I don't really expect too much of you either, Robin. Like, Robin, when will you learn to just shut up and stop coming for the grand dame? So then they start discussing Wendy, Candace, and Robin and Giselle's issues. And we already know how that goes. It doesn't really go anywhere. Kiarna, I like you a lot, but why are you trying to be the spokesperson for this whole argument? Because she's like, I just feel like everybody's issues here. Everybody keeps talking behind each other's backs instead of saying it to each other's faces. And I'm like, if you're not holding a champagne flute in the intro, please raise your hand. Kiarna? No, I'm kidding. I like Kiarna. But, she does make a valid point. So then Karen, she starts talking about her new trainer, Vernon, an ex-NFL player. And Ashley apparently knows him. And she's like, oh, well, me and him, we talked before. So they start questioning her and she gets up and she runs away. So what was the point of you bringing him up in the first place? She comes back and she's like, well, me and him, we've talked before, but we only keep it in the DMs on Instagram. And what that sounds to me is that she probably posted a picture of her food at a restaurant. He probably gave it a like or replied to it and said, hey, Ashley, would you mind telling me what restaurant is this? Me and my girlfriend want to go to it. And now she thinks that they're talking. Why do I say that? From experience, because I'm delusional and I think the same way. And on top of that, Ashley, I'm not buying it. This sounds like a scheme that you and Todd came up with to come at us with the BS and a storyline. This is just a sorry excuse to keep you on the show for next season because you know that you're running out of cards, you're running out of ideas, you have no more storylines to give. So now you're attaching yourself to her trainer? And speaking of, Mia in the confessional, she was like, I'm sure that Karen is getting her training on with this trainer because obviously Ray isn't doing it. He looks like the Peanut Man. Mia, that was so disrespectful, and we're gonna move on from that. So after that, they have two separate activities, right? We have Mia, Wendy, Candace, and Karen going to do tennis. Mia, she gets her high heels on to do the activities, or at least to sit there and look pretty. And then the other group, they go to a gun range. And I would have said no the second that I saw the guy approach me and he had a gun over his shoulder. Absolutely not. So they're doing that. As they're doing that, Giselle and Robin, they start questioning Kiarna. So Kiarna, what's going on with Wendy? Did she ever sway you to dislike us? And I'm like, Kiarna, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Like, be strong. Kiarna's just like, no, she didn't say anything about you or anything. I was mutual. She was fine. She never said anything bad about either one of you. That's fine. So then Aneka, I didn't see this coming either because Aneka, I believe she starts talking about the whole Wendy situation and Kiarna standing right in front of her. And she's like, well, Wendy did tell me that she came off as the offended person in this whole argument between both of you. Aneka's like, oh, really? That's what she told you? Well, I was offended as well. And I'm not sure at what point this conversation made a left because Kiarna starts telling Aneka, at what point are you going to just move on and stop being offended by things? Or are you going to constantly rehash it every 5 seconds? And I'm like, that could go for a couple of the cast members on the show, Kiarna, but Aneka was just like, oh, so what? You're trying to stir the pot? And then Kiarna, what did she say? She was just like, oh, what? I'm not trying to stir that tired-ass pot. What did she say? She said that I stirred it, I shook it, and then I got off the pot or something like that. And that right there should secure her spot for next season. I like Kiarna. Aneka, she was stumbling. She really couldn't keep up. But again, I didn't see that coming. And could you imagine Kiarna versus Mia? Woo! But that was that. And then back over on the other group, they start talking about Ash. Well, first of all, Mia, unprovoked, out of nowhere, she starts talking about, at the club that I was working at, some of the guys, they have foot fetishes, and we will put our foot on their chest. And I'm like, okay, we're playing tennis here. Like, where's the correlation? But are there gay clubs that do stuff like this? I'm asking for myself because I'm kind of into that. But they start talking about Ashley and Michael and, how Ashley's dealing with that situation and she's getting nothing out of it. They start thinking that she's still with Michael legally for money, obviously, or her relationship that she didn't have with her father. Maybe that all stems together to still stay with Michael. And honestly, check. It's D, all of the above. They head back to the house to get ready for their 50th dinner, and Ashley, she's on the phone with that zombie Michael Darby, and he's showing her the kids on the phone. The second that she told him, by the way, I'm filming a little bit right now. Why was he acting like a side chick that just got caught? He turned the camera off so quickly. And she's like, please let me see my kids. Let me see my kids. And then in the confessional, she lets us know that she's not legally allowed to have Michael on the show anymore, or else he's going to sue her. Sue her for what? He's going to be suing her for his money? Like, how does that make sense? And she can't legally talk about anything with their divorce, their marriage, nothing. And that right there explains why we probably got her little goodbye message earlier in the little montage. Because, I mean, Ashley, if that's your biggest storyline, that's your life, and you can't even talk about it for next season, what's the point of you even being on the show? Then again, it's not like we're asking to see Michael in the first place. If anything, he's doing us a favor by staying off the camera. But I'm pretty sure that Bravo is not gonna like that you can't talk about your marriage, him, or anything, or even the kids on the show. So, you know, that's that. Giselle looks really good in this orange dress. Wow, Giselle, that's a 2 for 2 in one episode. I'm impressed. So they get to the restaurant, they sit down, and not even 2 seconds in, Candace tells Ashley, so we talked about how you're still with Michael because of financial reasons. And I'm like, can I get some food in my system first before you question me about this? And Wendy, she's like, yeah, Mia said that you're a gold digger. I'm like, well, damn, Wendy just threw her underneath the bus. And Ashley's like, Mia, did you really say this? And Mia's just like, I mean, yeah, your behavior is suspicious. Last year was all about TikTok. Now you say that you're divorcing Michael, but you're not really going through it. So what's really going on? Ashley, she throws it back at her, and she thought that she was going to get a one-up from her. And she's like, okay, but did you get with Gordon because of financial reasons yourself? I mean, I might have. Ashley probably thought that she was going to deny it. She's like, oh, I thought I was going to get her with that one. What do I do now? She didn't deny it, and it's very obvious that her and Gordon, they have some type of financial thing going on, right? And then Ashley, she in the confessional, she's like, Mia is just jealous because she got married to fool's gold. I actually have real gold. First of all, Ashley, where is this real gold? Where is it? Let's not talk about what you had. Let's talk about what you have right now. Because from what it looks like is that you're not trying to sign those divorce papers because you're still trying to cling on to this real gold that you speak of that no longer wants you. So, you know, who really wins in this whole situation? If anything, both of you are kind of in a lose-lose situation. So, I mean, Mia has a one-up on you because Mia, unlike you, she knows how to rebound quickly and smart. She uses this up here. I'm not sure what you're doing. Yeah, she got with Gordon for X amount of years and she was living, you know, financially with him and stuff. And then once that went down the toilet, obviously she goes to the next person and she moves on and keeps it going from what it looks like, right? Her next guy that she's with currently, I'm not sure what you're doing. And they asked her, do you share credit cards with Michael? And you could tell that she didn't want to answer. She was like, well, I mean, yeah, we have a joint account for the kids, for emergencies only, though. It's only for the kids. And every now and then I go in there, you know, to get something from Uber Eats. And I'm like, Ashley, you were with this man for how many years? And this is what you get out of it? Uber Eats for emergencies? Let this be a lesson to all of us. Uber Eats, I can't believe this, but you know, that was that, and you know, it is what it is. And then Karen, she starts talking about her trainer again. I believe Robin asked her, I just don't understand, why do you have a trainer? Why are you so mad, Robin? I am telling you, Robin could not breathe around Karen without Karen getting upset. She does not like Robin questioning her about anything. Robin is just like, I just don't understand. You have a trainer for this, you have a trainer for that, you have a trainer for this. But Robin, you don't understand this, but you're willing to completely understand that bullshit story that Juan gave you about the hotel, giving his card and leaving. You understand that, but you don't understand this? Like, what kind of logic does she use? So that was that. Eventually, they do a little toast for the last day, for the last night in DR, and that's that. And that's how the episode goes off. But you know, I think I'm gonna go lay in bed right now and think about Ashley's decisions and maybe cry for her because just, you know, got no money out of the whole situation being with that man. Oh, my stomach. Anyways, let me know what you all thought about this whole entire episode down in the comments. Bye, everybody. Uber Eats. Could you imagine that? Uber Eats. Bye, everybody. Mwah.